This is Sports Radio KFH.
Drowning in IRS debt? If you can't afford to pay your IRS debt due to economic hardship, you can now be free of IRS collection efforts by taking advantage of a special IRS tax hardship program. This program allows Americans who owe the IRS to resolve their delinquent tax debt once and for all. In some cases, maybe even reducing what you owe significantly. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Simply dial 800-485-7220. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back or have years of unfiled tax returns, help is standing by. Just call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-485-7220 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-485-7220 to see if you qualify. That's 800-485-7220.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
DQ presents the Blizzard Double Flip Deal. For a limited time, when you buy one Blizzard treat, you get a second for just 99 cents. That's 2 Blizzards, 2 spoons, 2 flavors, and 2 flips. So don't miss out on the Blizzard Double Flip Deal, available only for a limited time and happening now at DQ. Because the only thing better than a Blizzard treat is a second Blizzard treat for just 99 cents. It's a deal to flip for. The Blizzard Double Flip Deal. Participation may vary.
From the Accident Recovery Team Traffic Center, don't worry about me, I called ART.
Traffic. Watch out for construction on I-135 in both directions near K96, and there is also roadwork on I-135 northbound at the ramp to Kellogg West. From the Accident Recovery Team Traffic Center, that's your Wichita traffic.
Weather.
We'll see a few extra clouds today compared with Monday, otherwise breezy and warm. High 72, south winds 15 to 25 and gusty. Clearing and 49 tonight. Mostly sunny, windy, and warm on Wednesday with a high of 77. There is a chance of evening and overnight storms, and we better get used to it. Storm chances are in the forecast Thursday through at least Sunday. That's your forecast from Storm Team 12. I'm meteorologist Jake Dunn.
97.5 and 1240 KFH.
I love the app. The app is amazing. It's like having a mini radio station in my pocket.
Listen live on the Odyssey app. Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH Wichita, KNSS HD2 Clearwater, an Odyssey sports station.
Hey Wichita, it's Jacob Alfrock. Stay right there for the latest breaking in sports talk. It's Sports Daily coming up next, exclusively on 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Jim Rome here with your Rome Report. As I've said many times, I don't root and I don't have a favorite team. Well, that's actually not true. I do root and I do have a favorite team. I root for something to talk about because I've got a 4-hour show every single day and my favorite team is team content. But I don't play favorites. Wait, yes, I do. I love Dan Hurley, and I would love to see him win tonight. And if he does, you can stamp him as an all-time great. But that is a big if. And it's a good thing they're playing this game on the hardwood and not on paper, because if it were paper, they'd get smoked by Michigan. Michigan's just too big, too long, and absolutely loaded with multiple future NBAers. They're inevitable around the rim, and they really get into you defensively, and they play so fast. So I'm trying really hard to make an argument for UConn. I just can't. And if both these teams play like they did Saturday, Michigan is going to run them out of the gym. I want UConn, but I'm picking Michigan. I'm Jim Rome.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org. For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us too in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
And now with sports, here's Frempel Tromwibbler. From the world of sport, the Cointon Spinky Wampers flunked the Floing Boing Welfin Clompers 70 fluff to 40 flave. At the tone, the time will be 26 Railroad.
I'm not sure about any of that.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH. This is Sports Daily.
Are you listening? Da-da-da-doo, da-da-da-doo, da-da-da-doo.
Hey, welcome in, everybody, to Sports Daily. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleveland here with you on a Tuesday. Happy portal season, everybody. Michigan is your national champion. The Royals open things up with a win in Cleveland, and we got a lot to get to today. You can chime in on any of it. KFH hotline's open, 869-1240. You can also leave voice messages through the Odyssey app. Thanks for watching us on 12 News Connected, on Facebook, on YouTube, on X. You can leave comments on those platforms. We've got it all ready to rock and roll for you today. We've got a number of giveaways to get to today. It's all what's on tap, brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company, now featuring Caddy Snack, Wichita's golf beer. Caddy Snack Blonde Ale, refreshingly crushable, and makes the perfect pairing from the first tee to the 19th hole. No matter the score, Caddy Snack reminds you to beer the ball. Wichita Brewing Company, pizza and beer made here. TJ, are you recovered from night one of the portal yet? I think we got your microphone issue there, TJ. Yeah, look, it's the transfer portal, and it is before it even officially opened. It was a very, very eventful day on Monday. Just a wild day on Monday. KU, K-State, Wichita State, all receiving significant news. We call it significant. Some good news, some maybe not so good. And we'll get to all of it. We do have a lot of giveaways. So let's set this up. The NFL draft is coming up soon. We have not talked a lot about it. We haven't talked yet. We might today about the Rashee Rice news after we left the air last week. But speaking of the draft, you can enter for a chance to win a trip to the night before the draft in Pittsburgh. That's on April 22nd. It's an all-star invite-only concert starring Jason Aldean, John Morgan, and Shane Prophet. It's just days before Jason's new album, Songs About Us, drops on April 24th. Enter the national contest at odyssey.com/the-night-before. All right, TJ, you're back. Portaling. Did you stay up too late?
I guess I'm not recovered. I'm not recovered because my technology never wants to work the right way. No, not a ton of portaling last night. I don't know what you're talking about. Michigan is the national champion, though. The only national champions that I recognize are the Auburn Tigers and the West Virginia Mountaineers. Yeah, the Crown and the NIT. Duh. Yeah. No. There wasn't much portaling going on last night. All of our portaling happened before like 6 p.m. of the pre-portal but how about a news dump? Yesterday was the day that Sports Block is nothing but portal. And will probably be today too if I had to take a stab.
Nothing but portal. Well, I don't know how much more portal there is to do yet. We're not.
Now we're going to get the other side of the. We're going to get players.
You think we'll get it today? You think
I bet between the three of them, we're going to get at least one.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, KU better get one. K-State better get one. I guess K-State kind of got one yesterday. I mean, come on now. What are we doing here? We're going to get to all of this. Jay, your questions will be answered soon enough because it's a lot. Wichita State retained a player, K-State retained a player, and KU lost another 3, 4?
Everybody. Basically everybody. Only 2 players on the roster are Cole Rosario and Jamari McDowell. That's out of the freshmen.
Man. It's kind of getting away from
and at this point
a little bit. Look at the national champions though, TJ. You want glass half full right now? Look at the national champion, Michigan Wolverines.
Why is that?
How many of those guys were transfers this year? There's a bunch of them.
Yeah. Is that a glass half full thing or is that?
Yeah, that's glass. That's what I said. It's your optimistic take. It's glass half full thing. Most of them, right?
Like the entire team.
Yeah. I think, you can look at it 2 different directions.
I was going to say, is it a glass half full thing? I'm kind of looking at a glass half.
It's just an observation is all it is. It's still Kansas. It's not like they're not going to be able to get good players. And it's so funny we do this because we've done it for 3 years now. You get upset at the players you're losing, but you were upset at the outcome of the season that those players were not able to achieve.
It's true.
It's difficult.
It is.
It's especially difficult. Look, Flory, Badunga, and Bryson Tiller sting a lot, especially as you see the crystal balling of where Flory Badunga might land. It's going to sting even more. Texas Tech, but it is what it is. And what are you going to do? You can't have it both ways.
Let me say this, Jacob. You know how messed up of a sport we have where we have a crystal ball for a player that's not even in the transfer portal yet?
That's right.
That feels illegal, right?
He's got representatives. It's not illegal to talk to somebody's agent. It's illegal to tamper. And this is where that story got weird because the report came out. I believe it was Mike Vernon that had it. That, he is talking to, or his camp is talking to teams or whatever, or getting his value. Okay. I'll say it again. If I hired an agent and they didn't know my value at the time it was time to know my value, I'd probably be looking for a different agent. As long as the players aren't being tampered with, and I don't think that he was. I don't think that he was less invested at KU because his agent was asking about his going rate on the open market.
I agree.
Then that's not any different than any sport. You don't think NFL free agents, upcoming free agents, don't have their agents talking to teams, even though they're probably not supposed to kind of see how things stand? Of course they do.
They are. But the thing is, Jacob, is that if there's a crystal ball in place, that means that somebody along whether that be them talking to the agent talking to Flory, and saying like, hey, Texas Tech is going to do this. And it's like, oh, that sounds good to me. That sounds pretty good. Like, then we're getting to the world. It's like, okay, well, that's not supposed to be happening. Like, I think that there's one thing if your agent is asking around for, asking for what market price is. And I would have to imagine that does not include calling Grant McCasland and saying, hey, you guys want Flory?
Look, there are conversations being had that aren't supposed to, but the question becomes, is Grant McCasland talking to Flory Badunga while KU's playing in the Big 12 tournament?
No.
But maybe
who knows?
Otherwise, this is the price of business. Rick doesn't like it. Rick says college sports is a total cesspool.
Cesspool, right off the top, Rick. I love it.
Coming in hot. The president's signing executive orders to try to. It's not going to be this way forever. It's taking longer to get to the end point, I think, than most of us had hoped. And again, it's not the NIL part; it's the transfer part that is hurting the sport, the sports. That it's too easy to just back out of commitments. But again, until you put somebody under contract, What is the commitment? What is the school's commitment to the player? For 100 years, what has been the school's commitment to the player? I would ask you that. What are coaching commitments, right? We had 2 of the coaches in the Final Four re-sign deals because clearly there was interest, whether it was directly or through their agents, with programs out on the market. That's been going on for eternity. Is that a cesspool? I would say it is.
I think that, there's been so much conversation about it. Jay Billis talked about it the other day, and, he put it best is that it's like, even though that we weren't paying the players, it wasn't amateur sports, because look at the money that they got brought into their programs, to their coaches, to everything like that. Like, that's when the tube kind of came open. And it's just like, why is everybody else getting money? And now it's just off the rails.
It's off the rails. And we're going to follow it as best we can as we make our way through the day here on Sports Daily. It's All Brockton, Cleveland. Don't go away.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
8310 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on the Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Do this thing. Go!
Sports Daily is on KFH.
Longhofer Lawn and Tree Care celebrating 60 years in Wichita, providing expert lawn care for a healthy lawn, tree and shrub care, and bed weed control since 1966. Longhofer Lawn and Tree Care. Welcome back into Sports Daily, everybody. All right. So, TJ, before we dig into all this, before we get into some of the listener viewer comments, yesterday was an eventful day. We're gonna
You want the recap?
Give a recap, and then we'll kind of dig in piece by piece.
Is this the new segment we're gonna do? Should we get it open for this? The portal recap.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be the story for 2 weeks.
That's right. All right. So we knew Flory was going in. That came out on, I believe, like Friday last week. So that was the only one we knew about from KU. Yesterday, we get Bryson Tiller first, big one, punch you in the gut, followed up by the other big guy, Paul Mbia. He's going in as well. Marco Jackson later announces as well. So those are the 4 that KU has going in. As for incomings, they've got Taylon Kenny and 4 freshmen. So that's basically 4 freshmen, Cole Rosario, and Jamari McDowell. The only one's technically on the roster. And Jacob, I was wrestling with this yesterday. As I'm making roster graphics, can I even put Cole Rosario and Jamari McDowell on there before they say something? Because at this point, like, I have to be told that you are staying to consider you staying.
I see. I still think the rule is until you say you're going, you're staying.
I think so.
I just
now
can't.
in a world where
I can't do it.
It's weird.
I can't need an announcement that you're not leaving. I can't do it, even though there's a chance they are. Until they say something, I just can't do it. That's me personally. I don't know if it's the right choice, but I will not endorse announcing that you're not doing anything.
This is my thing, is that I kind of agree with you, but then in the same breath, how do you look at K-State basketball? Because K-State basketball, I assume you're going until you say you're staying right now.
I mean, K-State yesterday loses PJ Haggerty.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So now they have Kostic says he's coming back.
Do you want the full? Are we going full portal recap of them too? You want me to do all 3 teams? Is that what we're doing?
All 3 teams,
okay.
and then we'll start to break it out in case people didn't see. Because there's a lot of people that are not able or have any desire whatsoever to follow this.
Okay, so that was the KU recap. I just told you. K-State recap yesterday, the most notable one. PJ Haggerty finally goes in, so he is going portaling, looking for his 5th school in 5 years. Abdi Bashir did on Sunday night, so he's in as well. Other than that, Stephen Osei, who's a big man that didn't get much run, and Xavier Wilson, who is a freshman that redshirted this year, that did not get any run this year. So those are the guys that are going in the portal right now. They've got 2 incoming high schoolers that Alexander flipped from Belmont to K-State. So those guys are on the roster next year. And then yesterday they get Andre Kostic back, which is a big deal because he was a former 4-star prospect. I was looking up stuff yesterday, Jacob. Sidebar is we were running stories when they got Kostic. He was mocked as a 1st-round pick in this draft. He was way up there. So they get him back. They talk him into staying Kansas State. So right now, as it stands, there's 3 people that we know are on the roster. and there's 4 people in the portal that we know are not going to be on the roster. So now, I mean, there's still I missed David Castillo in there. Sorry, David Castillo's in the portal as well. Taj Manning is one to watch if they can get him to return. He's a big K-State guy. Other than that, they graduated most of the other production. So I'd say Taj is the big one to watch. So that's K-State right now. Andre Kostic, the headliner there yesterday. Wichita State hasn't had, they had Dre Kendall go in the portal. Other than that, Mike Gray announces his return yesterday. Tyrus Rattan-Mays announces his return yesterday. So now that is Mike Gray, TJ Williams, Dylan Battie, Will Berg, Noah Hill, Ty Rattan-Mays, and Taylor reports that Thingvall and Kuznard also said that they're staying as well. So I think that leaves you in limbo with like 3 players. Valencia is the big one. Okorafor is kind of an NCAA thing at this point, and Munich are the only ones that you haven't had confirmed what they're doing. But by Jacob's rules, they're on the roster till they're not. So
they're on the
Wichita
roster
State
till they're not.
Is going to look a lot similar than what they
did.
did.
If they're not on the roster, they're in the portal.
True.
Right? So we're talking about and I know that, but there, I can't live in the world where we need everybody to say they're staying.
I agree.
Just tell us if you're leaving.
That's what I think. But now we're in a world where, no, I'm not throwing digs or anything, but Wichita State is in a world where they're posting every announcement that they are coming back, and they should. It gets people excited.
Gets people fired up. I get
but
it.
In the same breath as what we're saying is were they going to leave? I don't know.
I would do it if I were them too. But as
this isn't a Wichita State conversation.
We try to follow it.
Yeah,
we have to just keep this to who's leaving, or it's absolute chaos. Because then, how do we define is it purgatory? If you haven't said yay or nay.
That's what I'm saying. I called them limbo. They're just kind of living in limbo. This is not a Wichita State conversation. This is very much an NCAA conversation because
today is kind of a KU conversation with a Wichita State attaboy shockers attached.
No. I'm saying Wichita State posting their things on.
Oh yeah.
That's not a Wichita State thing. You probably kind of need to do that now.
Well, they're doing it for all the right reasons. They're doing it because it's going to get people fired up.
Yeah.
If K-State was doing it, everyone would be like, all right, cool, okay. If KU is doing it at this point, Jamari McDowell's staying.
K-State can still do it. Like Andre Kostic was enough of one that you can get people.
Jamari McDowell was a former 5-star, 4-star, 5-star.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I think KU could. I don't know.
Kostic shouldn't do anything last year, and I'm excited they have him back. Don't misunderstand.
You know what I love, Jacob, is
I'm
that
very excited they have him
the
back.
only 2 players basically that have stayed through every transfer class that's come in and out of KU and Wichita State are the Thingvall brothers.
Jamari McDowell so far.
Yeah, he has.
He's stayed a bunch.
I guess
Rick, who calls it all a cesspool, says the thing nobody talks about is, are these kids even going to class? Because there's nothing to talk about.
They're doing enough to be good by the NCAA standards. Right?
They're probably doing as much as star athletes have ever done in college.
It's true. I don't think anything's changed.
I would say this too about that sentiment. I would imagine that a lot of I'm not saying this about Rick at all. I love Rick, but we do hear that a lot. I wonder how many people that feel that way feel in the parallel that college has become too expensive and a waste of time in a lot of ways. And I mean, I say that because it feels like that's kind of a crutch, when we're just mad at the whole thing and we're and are they even going to class? Do they need to go to freshman biology? Most of these guys.
I mean, they need to be
if they're going to be a sports and exercise science major, if they're going to be a coach, if they're going to be a professional athlete, if they're going into communications, if they're going into business, do they need to go to freshman biology?
I think that you need to take whatever it is, 12 hours have to have.
I get it.
You've got to be a
student. Do you think you need 160 hours to get a degree in your professional field?
I mean, it's the same thing as if whatever. I think that the classes that they're taking aren't the classes that we took. But there is classes being taken. Are they going to help you get towards a?
There are a lot of guys that know they're not going to be pro athletes that are using the opportunity to go get their degree in said field.
Yeah.
There are a lot of these guys Darren Peterson. I have no idea what Darren Peterson's class schedule or attendance was, but Darren Peterson's going to the NBA next year.
At the end of the day, and you can ask all three of the universities.
He should be in a financial wellness class.
I know, and I can, I can't speak for what KU or K-State, but I know Wichita State puts resources into this. But like, at the end of the day, like, and we're off on a sidebar. This is not.
It's a sidebar, but it all goes hand in hand with the cesspool that a lot of people feel this has become.
Yeah. Anyways, they're doing enough to stay eligible because they're at the end of the day, there's not rules that are enforced very much. But if you're ineligible to play, then you're ineligible to play. Like there's literally compliance workers at these universities to make sure that this thing happens. So they are. It's not you're not going to see them sitting in your AP lab or anything like that or stuff of that nature. But I don't know. That's what my take on all of it. But
I just like it. I don't want to have a double standard here. The point is, I don't want to have a double standard.
The bigger conversation of this sidebar is the fact that like there's truth to it. Like they still need to be going to class. And as we sit here and make the executive order and say that this is going to happen and this is going to happen, and there's contracts in place and collective bargaining agreements, at what point are they not students anymore?
Well,
and at that point,
they're gonna. I'll bet you in that they clamp down on the class.
They've got to find a way. Like at the end of the day, like it's really silly, I know, and like we're so far removed from why people liked college athletics back in the day, and now it's kind of just like, yeah, that guy's wearing a Jayhawk on his chest, so I'm gonna root for him. But like, I think if we get too far removed, like there's a reason that nobody watches minor league basketball and minor league baseball and things like that religiously like this. Like nobody like, but you can feel whenever there's the connection of like, hey, he's going to school or I went to school. Like that's a thing. But if it's just like, hey, he lives in he lives in Lawrence, like that's not as big of a deal.
It's not. And I think that's what the thing for me is, like, we can't, if we get to the point where there's some legislation involved here, that can and should be included. Let's get back to, because it's just too hard to enforce. Just like I didn't want to take my class to learn Excel because it was at 7 a.m. when I was in college. So I never showed up. I showed up just enough to get a D.
And again, I'm not sitting here saying that they need to get a degree and because they don't. Like half of these guys don't need a degree. They're going to go play professional basketball overseas or somewhere and be a coach, and that's what they're going to do.
Get a degree in life. They can get a degree in, okay, that's what you're going to do. So how can you use that to make a living? How do you make a living? How do you pay a mortgage? How do you pay taxes on the NIL money you just made?
That's the thing that you can learn, whatever it may be. But like at the end of the day, like whether it be to my main point here is that, you care more because they're student athletes, and like, regardless if you can admit that or not, or come to terms with that, like you don't watch the G League. Why would you watch this if that's not a thing? And it's at the main base level of all this stuff. Your alma mater, your universities are using an absurd amount of resources to bring them there. At the least that they can do is go to the classes. Like that still needs to happen as we move forward and all this stuff.
As we move forward, yes. Is it the concern that I have right now? It is not.
My concern is that they can't become employees. Like I don't want to watch faculty members play basketball. You know what I mean? Like that's
they can't. They could. It doesn't matter how we define them. It matters that universities are going to start feeling a return on investment. And Michigan would tell you right now, in a class full of transfers, they're feeling a return on investment. So you just have to get some rules in place. And the problem is the rules are going to have to be by law, because by law, what we've been doing for eternity in college basketball makes absolutely no legal sense. And that's why we are where we are today. There's always a yin and a yang, right? We had it the way it always was, which was outrageously weighted to the schools and ridiculous to the athletes. And so what do you think's going to happen when that's taken away? It's going to go to the other extreme where it's so weighted to the athletes and not the school. And at the end of the day, someday we're going to end up somewhere in the middle and it'll be way better. Jay asks, do we think it's a concern that so many key players have left KU already?
I'll say
Jay,
this, Jay.
The answer would be yes.
Let me start here. And this is the one that, and I imagine we'll just spend the entire next segment on this because we need to talk about this. Like the portal has its things, and you can say like, it's like portal's good for basketball in some cases. Portal's bad for basketball in some cases. But the portal to me, at the base level, I already said that. Accurate, whatever. At the base level, the portal is built for players to climb to schools like KU, in my mind. Like, that's the success story, is when Melvin Council goes from Wagner to St. Bonaventure to KU and gets his flowers at the end of his career. The people, like, transferring away from KU, unless there's something that was going on, like, this is not what the portal was designed for. And I get it. Like, it sounds ridiculous that I'm saying that, but, like, the portal to me is the most beneficial to the game when there's players taking a step forward or a step back and finding the right, niche. For the guys that started in 31 basketball games for KU, who was a top 10 team in the country for part of the season, all that stuff. Like, what? And we said the same thing with Flory last year. Like, where are you going where the grass is going to be greener, right? At some point, transferring is just to transfer.
At some point, you're doing it because you probably have a chance to make more money, which, again, I can't have a problem with, because I can't have a double standard to my own life to these athletes. I just can't do it because I want them to play for a particular school. Like, I cannot make myself do that.
That's fine. But my point is, what are they getting elsewhere that they can't get at Kansas?
Well, Kansas had a weird year, right? And Jay also asked, is this the most that have left KU in a long time? It absolutely is.
Since last year.
But you got to remember,
there's a lot of seniors on that team.
We had the same team for 2 years, and it didn't work. So this year we had largely, a new team. It was a lot of new guys this year. Some of them were freshmen. In fact, 2 of the key guys were freshmen. But think about if you're some of these players at Kansas. Whatever the Peterson situation was not fun to be a part of, right? You had to feel like all the attention was going to this guy. Now you're about to enter another season where Kansas is trying to get the number 1 player again. If you didn't have fun this year, are you going to have fun next year?
Again, that's the thing.
What do these guys know about Tyron Stokes?
I'll bite my tongue and say that if this is something where they are walking out because they're disgruntled about something, then whatever. That's kind of what the portal's made for as well. But if you're looking for, if you liked being at KU and you got a good opportunity, and we know that they were financially doing pretty well, like, they could want more, but, like, if you were disgruntled and saying, like, this isn't right for me, that's also kind of what the portal is made for. That's why we transferred as students, is like, man, like, I don't really like this school, I'm going to go somewhere else. But it's not so much of saying, like, it's like, this biology program has done so much for me, and now I'm a better student. I'm going to try to go to Yale. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the same, parallel there.
And look, Flory Badunga's personality and energy are contagious, right? Remember, he did the same thing last year. Anybody that didn't think Flory Badunga was going to chase the biggest bag wasn't paying attention last year when he was chasing the biggest bag. Obviously, it's not about opportunity with him. He was outstanding last year. He's getting coached by one of the best programs to develop bigs in the country. What's his motivation? What do you think his motivation is? Same thing it was last year. That shouldn't surprise anybody that Flory Badunga is in the portal. It's why when the news came that he was shopping, it's like, yeah, okay, I kind of figured he would. He did it last year. Why wouldn't he do it again this year? PJ Haggerty's been to 5 schools in 5 years. What do you think his motivation is?
I know. There needs to be something that you can do to give long-term deals. Like, because in the NFL, if you want a bag, you have to sign a multi-year deal.
Amount of time. Right.
Nobody's going to give you that much for a 1-year deal. And in college sports, that's why Rick thinks it's a cesspool, is that
because you're allowed to do it. Right.
You can get a giant deal for coming for 1 year and then go do it again the next year.
So it is a concern that a lot of them have left. Flory Badunga is the best player that's entered the portal. He's the least surprising player that has entered the portal. I am pretty shocked that Badunga and Tiller and Mbia are all 3 in the portal.
That's the thing that I think you see Badunga go in, and I think my mind, I imagine everybody else's mind, gets retooled. Is it like, well, that sucks Flory left, but Tiller is going to be good at the 5 next year. And it's like, nope, he's gone too. And I go, and there goes Mbia. There's not a big man on the roster anymore.
And let's remember, too, as we go into break and continue on the other side, how much Bill Self seemed like he loved this group. outside of the Peterson drama, remember how giddy he was at a lot of different points this season? So I also don't think this is a Bill Self saying, sorry, guys, we're doing something else next year. There is cause for concern, 100%. Let's talk about it on the other side.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospitalized from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
AM 1240.
Time to get busy.
This is Sports Daily on KFH.
All right. Welcome back in, everybody, to Sports Daily. Glad to be here with you. A lot going on today, a lot of contests. Let's tell you about another one here. Wichita Thunder First Responders Night, Saturday, April 18th at 4:15. First Responders Night at Interest Bank Arena. Catch the annual Police versus Fire game. That's at 4:15. The end of season awards happen before the game as well. Text hockey to the number 20357 for your chance at a pair of tickets to the final game of the season. Good luck, everybody. We come back. TJ, we watched Michigan win a national championship last night. Dusty May has never been afraid of the transfer portal. He used it well this year to crown a champion. He brought in at least 4 of the 5 starters were transfer portal guys. I think it was more than that overall.
My favorite tweet of the night last night was from, I believe, 785 Sports. It's a K-State account, and said, I really watched K-State play Dusty May coached FAU in the Elite Eight, and I put my hard-earned cash on the team that Jerome Tang coached. And it's like, could you – back in 2023, those two guys coaching against each other, could you imagine the differences of how their careers would take off after that?
Yeah. I mean, for sure. For sure. Remember, Dusty May stayed the next year at FAU.
Coached in the American. Coached 1 year in the American.
His players all came back.
And that team was loaded.
So –
and the Shockers took him to overtime on Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah.
And lost.
And sometimes it's a perfect fit. Did they even make the tournament the next year? I don't remember.
They're an 8 seed and lost in the first round.
It's you just never know. And so if you're a KU fan here this morning, and Shocker fans, K-State fans will get to, everything yesterday for them on the other side. KU is the jarring one. It's become a national story now. If you're a KU fan today, you're about to find out how much Bill Self still has left in the tank. He's back. Doesn't look like he's bringing any of his players back. Maybe one comes back. Maybe, I don't know yet. Flory came back last year, so I don't want to close the door on it. Artiller / Mbia doing the same thing Flory did last year. Maybe, but probably not. But maybe. You're going to have a clean slate to work with. You're going to lean into at least one freshman, maybe 2. We'll see what happens with Tyron Stokes. And then you got to go to work in the portal and identify and find players that fit what you want to do. Whether that's what Kansas always wants to do or not, that is their only option now. Bill Self has to go find a collection of, 5 or 6 guys, depending on, assuming McDowell stays. Don't know why he wouldn't have announced if he's not. And Rosario stays. Don't know why he wouldn't have announced already, since everybody else did. If those 2 come back, you're going to have at least one. You got to go probably get 4 or 5 guys out of the portal. That's not hard. KU has landed the top portal guy lots of times. Hunter Dickinson was the top portal guy. Remy Martin was the top portal guy. AJ Storr was the top portal guy. That's not been the problem. The problem has been identifying the right portal guys that fit the system. I don't know where Michigan's guys in the portal landed or ranked in all the lists or anything else, but it's clear Dusty May went and found the right guys in the portal. So that's what has to, it's not always the top guy. KU can do that. We know they can do that. They've done it a million times. It's the right guys. And they have not gotten the right guys the last couple of years. They haven't. AJ Storr, wrong guy. Trey White, wrong guy. Who else have they put the weight of the world on their shoulders? Hunter Dickinson did fine. Hunter Dickinson was an All-American.
Nick Timberlake was a top 15.
Yeah,
I know. It's what we've said is that, and it's kind of what Casey Alexander. I go back to the comments that he made, because I think that there's a way that you have to do this. And Paul Mills has said it as well, is that at the end of the day, it's not about getting the best group of talent together. It's getting the best team together. And maybe there's something to be said about that KU has struggled with that, of they've always been able to, in the old years before the portal was a thing. And I say, and for the people that, scrutinize KU and saying that they can't do things in the portal era and things of that sort. Like, the reason why they're not as dominant as they used to be is not because like everybody else caught up. It's just because like KU had the room to miss back then. KU could go get. Do you remember the Wiggins year? Like there was like 9, like 4 or 5 star freshmen that came in. It felt like that was it wasn't like Frank on that team, and that was at Connor Frankamp and Kelly Oubre and Wiggins and all those guys and Embiid. Like that doesn't happen anymore. Like now, it's harder to land them because everybody else is throwing bags at them and things of that sort. And so you don't have as much room to miss. And that's why this portal is so important and why it's been so important the last 4 years is that like, hey, we need to kind of change what we do. This is what we're going to go do. And so KU is going to have to really look back. I thought that this year was the best that they've done. That last Dickinson year when it was Storr and everybody and Ryland Griffin and everybody out of the portal, it didn't work. And the team just never fell together. It just never worked. And then I think they did a better job this year about saying, like, we've got Darren Peterson. We're just going to go get guys that can play next to Darren Peterson. And to their credit, like, they didn't know Darren Peterson was going to end up in the hospital. I think that there's not enough that's going to be said about that. I think that they did
this year is
I think they did a pretty good job, honestly. Like, I think
I do too.
In a year where Peterson stays healthy, that team is good. Like, and that team would be really good.
And again, what was he supposed to do? Was he supposed to say, sorry, KJ Adams and DeJuan Harris, you got to go?
Yeah, I know. And so I think that, I am shocked. This is a two-parter. I am shocked, one, that if it was a KU thing, which I don't think it was, like, I would want to retain as much as I could because I think that they were close. Obviously, they're not going to have Darren Peterson if he goes to the draft.
I told you 1,000 times without Peterson, I didn't think they were near talented enough.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. But I think that you could say, like, hey, what you did in your role, Trey White, he graduated, but you know what I mean? Perfect example. Like, what you did in your role, Trey White did good down the stretch. Don't roll your eyes at me. Like, Trey
White was not a good. I don't want Trey White to catch strays in this. But
Trey White was great. Trey White shot 40% from 3.
Great.
I didn't need him to be the leading scorer.
You needed him to contribute something.
He made 40% of his threes.
Great. He didn't take very many. How many? What did he score in the St. John's game?
Nobody played good in the St. John's
4 points. 4 points.
Anyways, Bryson Tiller. We'll say Bryson Tiller. Everybody likes Bryson Tiller. Bryson Tiller did great in his role of saying, like, hey, you're going to play next to Flory, and we're going to let you get more and more. And then we see the pieces coming together. And so I think that, maybe it's something to say, like, we're going to go get Stokes. We're going to go get this, whatever. You know what I mean? Now, pivoting to the next part of this, there was questions about, how much are they going to spend on Tyron Stokes and still make this thing work? Because, like, everything is more expensive in college basketball more than ever. Like, Jeff Goodman reported last week that some coach told him that if you're not spending $12 million, you're not going to be good. Like, you got to, if you're going to be a Power 4 contender and Power 5 contender and things like that. And so now,
again, it's right players. Trey White would have been great on a lot of teams. KU needed him to be more. He made a combined 2 threes in their 4 postseason games.
Yeah.
So they needed him to do something else. He was good. He was good defensively. Like he was fine. Was he the right fit? No. And so look, so Michigan's 25 class, the core of this team, Mara, Lindeborg, Johnson, Cadeau, right? Those were all transfers. They all came in from power programs. I'm going to tell you what they did before they came to Michigan. Mara, the big man, played 13 minutes a game at UCLA, scored 6 points and 4 rebounds a game. Lindeborg was good, right? He was very good at UAB. He did about what he did at UAB at Michigan. He was a good player. He was a good player before. Johnson played 17 minutes a game at Illinois, scored 7 points a game. Cadeau played 27 minutes a game at North Carolina, scored 9 points a game. Had 6 assists. He was a pretty good player. He was probably the second best of the transfers they brought in. None of these guys were star players. I don't know where they all sat in the rankings. They were all
Yaks. They got that's my point.
24/7 called them all 4-star transfers, but that probably had more to do with their resumes as high schoolers, I would guess. The point is, none of them were the top guy. Maybe Lindeborg.
I was say Yaks was literally the best transfer of all time. Basically,
he was up on the list, but they didn't have to go get all the best transfers. They got the right ones, and so now Bill Self has to go show that he can get the right ones because he hasn't been able to do that yet.
Yeah.
And now he doesn't have anything else to put with him. This is new territory for him.
So now, as what I was saying, my point is that you didn't know what was going to happen with where the pieces were going to fall and how expensive it was going to be. Now, if you're KU, it sucks everybody's gone, but you've basically got a blank slate. Like you've got probably a couple million invested into your high schoolers. Cole Rosario is probably going to get a million, probably something like that. I don't know. Like other than that, like you've got a whole clean slate. Go pay Stokes what he wants to get paid. Like whatever you think is best to do. Like you can do whatever you want
because you need to go get players with experience. And that's the point. Like none of these guys were nearly as good before they came to Michigan, other than Lindeborg, as they were once they got to Michigan. Dusty May identified the right guys and got the most out of them. That's what Bill Self's going to have to do, at least for this year. Does he have to do it every year? Of course not. The last 3, he hasn't had to do this. It hasn't worked out either. So maybe this is an opportunity for Kansas at the same time. You want
to start the rumor mill right now? They've got a bunch of money that they can have in their back pocket. Darren Peterson and Tyron Stokes sharing the court next year for Bill Self's final year.
Yeah. Okay.
Nobody believes that.
No. Nor do I know that would be the winning formula. They're going to have to
thinking good.
They're going to have to do something different than they've ever done, and I'm very unnerved by. It's mostly just Tiller that's unnerving me, but I'm unnerved by what's happened. 24 hours into the portal now, or not even 8-9 hours into the portal officially. But at the same time, I want to see what Bill Self does with this sort of opportunity. Because look at what we're seeing happen. Look at the teams in the Final Four. Okay, Arizona, a little different than the others. Arizona, some great freshmen, great experience returning, right? But if you look at Illinois, if you look at Michigan, UConn has done it kind of their own way. But Illinois, Michigan, like those are largely rebuilt teams from the transfer portal. So can Bill Self coach with those? Of course he can. Go identify the best players. He'll have the resources to do it. This is a really interesting year for Bill Self. He's going to have to do something he's never done before. Annie, we'll find out because he's never done it before. I don't want to say that he can't. It's Bill Self. We just haven't seen him do it. There is nobody owed a thing right now that is coming into that program. Unless they get Tyron Stokes, then probably he'll have an opportunity owed. Everybody else, Kenny, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. There's a lot of other portal stuff happening. Wichita State has a big day. K-State has, I think, a big day. And some headlines certainly I've missed. Now we'll come back with it all.
I've missed them too.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
the canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
310-1 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems
Why are they hiding it?
and real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
The Cointon Spinky Wampers flunked the Flying Boeing Welfenclompers 70 fluff to 40 flave. At the tone, the time will be 26 Railroad.
I'm not sure about any of that.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH, this is Sports Daily.
Are you listening? Da-da-da-doo, da-da-da-doo, da-da-da-doo.
And welcome back in, everybody. It is Sports Daily on KFH. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleveland, trying to make sense of the transfer portal, now open for 9 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, 11 hours, where, whatever the official number is. Here we go. And in that chaos, TJ, there will be things that we missed. TJ is going to have that for you in just a second. Everything we have for you this hour is What's on Tap, brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company. It is patio season. Have a brew with a view on Delano's rooftop deck. Enjoy happy hour on WBC East patio or grab a pizza outside shielded from the setting sun at WBC West. When you think patio, think Wichita Brewing Company, pizza and beer made here. Thanks to Prairie Fire Coffee for fueling us up after a late night in the transfer portal, late night watching Michigan win the national championship. But without further ado, some headlines that we missed.
All right, Sports Daily fans, let's take you to the sports headlines Jacob probably didn't see.
Jacob, I don't have much. I missed a whole bunch as well. I don't have much of anything. I know that Nebraska didn't win the championship. How did your bracket do?
Oh boy,
I got 33%. I did
in the contest that I was in, that I was sort of following, that I put the kids in and everything. I believe I had one of, if not the best scores without having a champion, if that makes any sense. So like I had a lot of picks correct, but I didn't have the champion, so I was toast. And a lot of people, of course, had Michigan.
Yeah, I got my half of my final four right. The Elite Eight was pretty carnage, and then it got bad. So, yeah,
it was a good tournament. It was a good tournament. Michigan was the best team for a lot of the year. It was kind of Michigan or Arizona. I do think UConn deserves a lot of credit because I don't think any of us were thinking about UConn as that good this year, and there they were. And I would be very scared of UConn now every single year they enter the tournament.
Should be scared of them anyways. All right, what else we got for you? ESPN has released a way too early top 25, as they always do, immediately after the championship game. Where's KU? Give me a guess.
Is it top 25? They're not in the top 25.
Oh, you're correct. They're like 27.
They don't have anybody. They don't have any players.
They're like the second team out. KU is not in the way too early top 25. You know who is? North Carolina. They got a new coach, Jacob.
Do they have any players?
I don't know.
They're fresh. Don't they have a star freshman, Caleb Wilson?
Yeah, he's going to go to the draft. They got a top 20. Here's a name. Remember Marcus Adams? He was an old 5-star that committed to KU and then decommitted from KU. Or like signed to KU and then left once he was on campus. That was the thing. His little brother is committed to North Carolina. He's like a top 20 recruit in the country.
Okay.
Other than that, I have no idea. I just looked up because it had their projected starting 5. But again, there's a new coach. They all could just leave. I have no idea. But Mike Malone to North Carolina.
Yeah, that's
weird.
That one surprised us. That one surprised. I like the hire. The hire's fine. Mike Malone's very good. I don't know why you couldn't have waited a minute for Billy Donovan if you were going that route.
Even if it was Billy Donovan, it's so mind-boggling to me that, like, in the current state of college sports, you're willing to hire somebody that's never done it before. Like, because it's so much different than it used to be.
I would say now is as good a time as ever. Because if it's become just like a strictly talent evaluation and putting it together that way, I feel like the pro guys have a better chance than when it was fly around the country for 8 months out of the year and sit in a parent's living room and try and talk a 17 or 18-year-old kid into coming to play for you and do everything under the table and off the, like all the things that obviously happen. I think it's probably more ripe for that now. Yeah. The question becomes, what if the president's executive order comes into action, less a thing, and now Mike Malone's your coach? Can he go back to the old ways if he needs to? Would be the question I would have with a hire like that.
It's interesting. I mean, these NBA guys, even in the old days, it was always kind of make you raise your eyebrow. Is it just like, man, these guys don't make their own rosters. Now they're the GM basically. Like, what can they do? So I don't know. It's interesting to see, but I do think he's going to coach, be one of the better, schematic coaches in the entire league, entire country. I'm excited to see what that looks like. But apparently, yeah, Billy Donovan was a name to watch, but Billy Donovan said, I'm not leaving until the NBA season is over. And it sounds like they just didn't want to watch. Didn't want to wait. So,
okay.
College basketball last night, Jacob, high knees ref got the start. He was out there. Did you see? He got taken down. There was a play. He got tackled by a player. Somebody said we almost lost him.
No, I didn't see that. I did see every time I was watching the first half with my 6-year-old son, and he was not happy with the officiating. And all I could think about was Boy, that's high knees ref out there.
You better watch your mouth, son.
Well, he was not wrong. There were some questionable calls. I mean, it's so fun now. 6 years old, and he's like, Dad, that's traveling. That was not a foul. That was all ball. And I'm like, this is so much fun.
Yeah. Masters, Sam Stevens in the field.
I would have missed that headline had you not told me yesterday at the office. Yeah. Yes, I missed that, and I'm very fired up about it.
How high?
Stevens in Woodland.
How high do you feel confident? Because if Sam Stevens is in a major, you have to bet him. If you live in Wichita, that's just the rule.
It's a rule. Yeah.
How high do you bet him? Top 10? Top 20?
I
mean,
mean,
some pretty good juice on top 10 for a guy that's finished top 10 in a lot of tournaments.
What are we doing here? Are we playing for keeps?
I mean, you got to do the latter thing. Where do you feel the most comfortable?
I have the voice of our old betting insider, Chelsea Messenger, in my head right now. You don't bet golfers to win. Are you crazy?
It's true.
I'm betting him to win. What are you talking about?
You got to sprinkle a little bit on that. I wonder what the odds are to get Sam to win.
I'm trying to find it.
That's awesome. I'm so excited for Sam Stevens.
He's not even listed on. Wait, that's not true. That's not true. Hang on, it's going to take me. I don't think he's listed on BetMGM. Where is Sam Stevens? Let's find Stevens. There he is. Plus 200. Plus 200
for what?
To win it.
Plus 200. What are you talking about?
Maybe it's plus. Sorry, plus 2,000. Plus 2,000.
Okay, that makes
Gary
sense.
Woodland. No, I think it's 200. Let me place a little bet. Let me just.
Are you in? What are you talking? It's not plus 200 or 200 to 1. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, 200 to 1. Sorry. Okay. Yes, my bad. Yeah.
I was gonna say, how have I missed something with Sam Stevens?
Yeah, 200 to 1. 200 to 1.
Okay,
$5. $5 on Sam Stevens to win $1 million. To win.
God,
losing my.
Get out of this.
What is wrong with me?
Can we go to break early?
$5 to win $1,000. Simple, easy.
There he is.
Winner. Gary Woodland, 80 to 1. $5, 200. We're gonna have 5 on each of them because I play for keeps. I'm not betting golf for a top 20. What are we doing here? We're betting winners, baby.
Every Masters, you have to pick a winner. Sprinkle a little bit on there. You don't go crazy on the winner. Then you bet, my favorite one is betting the top 10, and you throw like 5 names in there. And usually it can be really chalky and get 5 of them in there. And then that's where you get the real fun parlays and stuff like that.
That seems like a sissy way to bet.
It's golf, Jacob.
I understand. Again, I know that I'm doing dumb things. Thank you, Max. Appreciate that. Hello, friends. Yeah. Where's my? I always like to sprinkle a little on Morikawa. Where's Morikawa? 30 to 1. That's all I'm getting on 30 to 1. You kidding me? All right.
I love it's every year, especially. I definitely in the last year I've become a Sunday golf watcher. Like almost every tournament in the summer. It's just because it's like, well, yeah, we're down the stretch here. Whenever Thursdays happen, it's just like, how do I watch this? Do I go to the ESPN Plus? How do I consume this tournament? There's 200 guys golfing.
12 News. You'll be able to watch it through the weekend.
Through the weekend,
leaders, anyway.
That's what I'm saying. Right. The Thursday first round never makes sense.
Here's what we've got. Here's what we're betting here. We've got a Scheffler to cover my other ridiculous bets. And then we've got Morikawa, Sam Stevens. We've got a little Gary Woodland. Then I need one more. Jose Maria Olazabal's in this. Vijay Singh is in this. Oh man, we got some names there down the
Fred
bottom.
Couples, get to Fred Couples. He's in there somewhere.
He is. He's down there at. I can't even do the math on that. 2,500 to 1, I believe. 3,000 to 1 for Olazabal. $5 win you 15 grand. Can one of the old guys get it? There's Bubba, 350 to 1.
I didn't know this Masters song was this long.
Oh, it never ends. Are you kidding?
It's like some cello going on in the back right now. There's some bass.
It's the Masters song. Man, Olazabal down there that low. I'm gonna I don't know what to do here with this. I don't know what to do with this. I got $10 more in my account. I got to find another.
By the way,
bet.
before we get out of the segment, did you see One Shining Moment last night?
Popular take. One of the most overrated things in sports.
You want to talk about the state of college sports? One Shining Moment played as the transfer portal opened last night.
There you go. There you go. I'm not a One Shining Moment. It's fine. It's fine. But I am not. I don't know when the last time I actually watched it is. I know. Boring old me. All right. I was busy making long shot Masters bets. Let's come back on Sports Daily. Let's talk about K-State, Wichita State, what happened to them in the portal, other notables.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
310-1 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more Memorial Hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSEW.
Sports Daily on KFH.
All right. Welcome back in, everybody. Jake Ballbrock, TJ Cleland. Thanks to Prairie Fire Coffee. Thanks to Crestview Country Club for being a great supporter of the program. Golf weather today and tomorrow. It's one of those, TJ, it's one of those I wish I could sneak out and find the time to go play 9 today. But I can't today. Did on Sunday. 9 holes of golf, 6 holes of golf, 8 holes of golf, 12 holes of golf. We're all 18. The good thing about being at a place like Crestview is you can go play whatever you got time for. And they got 36 holes to get it done. Give them a call. We are entering golf season. We got a charity event coming up here soon, TJ. We need to get warmed up and revved up so we don't embarrass ourselves out there. That's
we do
the next. I think so, don't we?
Yeah, we do. You're right. When is
it up here in a few weeks? We gotta get our S together, if you know what I mean. Crestview's a great place to do it. You can get warmed up on the simulators, 2 driving ranges, 36 holes of golf. It's all there for you, golfers. Give them a call. Tell them we sent you here from Sports Daily. Shockers excitement continues, TJ. You mentioned the too early top 25. Shockers won't get in there on those lists yet. Let me ask you this question, though. Will the Shockers spend any time in the top 25 next year?
Depends on who's in their non-con. How long will it take Miami, Ohio to get in there?
That's true.
If they get in a good holiday tournament, if
the American is better than the MAC, we'll say.
I'll say if they get a good holiday tournament, which we'll just, for example, say they played in the same one this year. If they would have beat St. Mary's, if they would have, gotten 2 wins in that tournament, and then, it's not unreasonable to say they could win the rest of their non-conference, depending on who's in there. If they go into I think they can. It's all up to schedule, though, is my point.
Yeah, I don't know if I think they will or not. I don't know. I wondered that for a while, but the good news is they have another piece.
The thing, the best way to think about this, and the best way to think about what we're about to talk about, is that South Florida never did. That's the American this year just beat themselves up so much.
Would have been the team I think that was more likely to at one point.
It's true, but
they didn't.
The American beat themselves up so much this past year, and that's why it's like, what is it going to look like next year?
It will look good, I'm pretty sure. They've got a big hole. They've got for the Shockers?
Based on everybody, I'm talking about the whole conference. For the Shockers, it'll look good. They might be the only thing that's going to be constant next year.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see that, and we'll have to see what people do in the portal. They'll, so the news yesterday, we're bearing the lead. Michael Gray, as TJ told you in the first hour, is returning. He's joining the list. So now you have 4 of your 5 starters, essentially. You have 2, what we think will probably become at least 1 that we think will take on a larger role next year, and a few other questions of guys you'd like to see come back. You'd like to see Amunique, Valencia, and Okorafor all come back, wouldn't you? Mm-hmm. And we'll see what happens with those guys. Amunique sort of fits a role they don't currently have on the roster, I think, as just a pure shooter. They do have some work to do in the portal. They have, I think, shown themselves to be pretty good at identifying talent in the portal, the Paul Mills regime. So they'll have to do that with this group. And I think they can. I think this will be a team that's very likely to get picked to win the American next year. Michael Gray we thought would be more of a shooter last year than he was. So maybe that's there next year for him. But one thing he does continue to bring back, TJ, is the identity of what the Shockers were, especially at the end of the season. A team that takes care of the basketball, a team that plays pretty good defense, and a team that rebounds like hell. And over time, a team that learned how to get to and make a ton of free throws in the games that they played. That sets your base next year at a pretty high floor. If you walk into the room and you say, we're going to win the rebounding battle, we're not going to turn the ball over, and we're going to play pretty good defense, your floor goes way up.
Yeah.
Then it becomes a question of ceiling, and I think that's where they probably still need a little help.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to, as they stand right now, I think that's the best way to think about it, is that the floor will be a top. I mean, right now, if they rolled this roster out, like without anybody else, let's say that, they're finishing top 3 or 4 in the American.
Probably. I'm losing a core 4 and Boyd and Giles potentially.
That's why I'm hedging here a little bit. Like,
yeah,
getting Battie and Berg is a lot, but it's not enough. And getting Gray back is another big piece, as we're talking about here. But they're going to have to go attack the portal, which they're going to. They're going to go get, if I had to take a stab, Jacob, they're going to go get 1 star out of the portal and then go get 2 guys that can help.
A 1-star player?
No, 1-star player.
They didn't get any star players last year.
I mean, like, they need somebody that can, but they got Giles and knew he was going to be not what he was, but they got Giles and knew that he was going to be like, this dude's going to shoot a bunch of threes for us.
Yeah. I mean, right. Yeah, I suppose.
To be fair, last year they had to fill out an entire roster. They didn't have anybody coming back. This year, I'm saying that they have a groundwork laid out in front of them of saying, like, we need 1 guy that can score a bunch of points for us. Everything else
a lot of shots, I suppose.
Not even that. Like, maybe, like, if that's what they want to do, but like, I think they need 1. He has to be able to shoot, but they need to go get a star. And they are in the luxury now that they have a roster in place to show, like, these are the guys that you're going to play with. This is what Kenyon Giles did last year. Like, come in. We just need you to make a bunch of threes and score a bunch of points and not do that much else. Like, we'll rebound the bricks off the ball, the skin off the ball, and like and they didn't have that luxury last year. Like last year, as you know, we were in November saying, who's the starting 5 going to be? I have no idea. And, you know, now we sit here in April and say, this is what the starting 5 is going to be. Like, I think that we know.
Well, we know.
We know the vision, at least.
Player you're talking about. I'm looking at this. The transfer. This is 24/7. The team rankings by portal last year, according to 24/7. You know where Wichita State finished on that list? Out of 10 teams,
4th.
10.
They were last.
Boyd, 0 stars. Berg, 0 stars. Okorafor, 0 stars. Battie was a 3. Giles was a 3, but not on any list, and Valencia was a 3. So I don't know how much stock to put in. And this will be the case for K-State. It'll be the case for KU. It's the case for Wichita State. It's not about these. How are you ranking transfer players? Right? You're doing it based on what? Because probably they're transferring. I mean, there aren't a lot of PJ Haggertys out there transferring who we know what we're getting. We're getting 20 plus points a game out of this guy. Like, he's a 5-star transfer for obvious reasons. We know what he's going to do. He's done it forever. Most of the time, though, like, how do you evaluate going to find Karan Boyd, who played at, East Tennessee State, was a defender of the year in his conference, had absolutely no hype around him, and you bring him in and he's maybe your second best player? I think this is where the portal thing gets really hard for me. This is why I really lean on you, to be perfectly honest, to chase this stuff, because we don't know about these players.
It's true. And as I joke that, like, in college football is the same way, but basketball maybe even more. Is that like you see a guy get added to your team and you're like, oh, that's a good one. It's like, really, you know that?
I don't think I know anything about anything with the transfer portal. Again, other than with guys like PJ Haggerty or and sometimes they don't even work out either, by the way. What was a guard from Michigan K-State got that bounced around? He was at Memphis this year, right?
Yeah, Doug McDaniel.
Doug McDaniel. Like, we thought Doug McDaniel was going to be great. He didn't do much at all. So it's about fit. This is where that Bill Self opportunity becomes really interesting to me. I have a pretty good idea that Paul Mills and his staff are going to go identify a couple of guys that we have never heard of before that will probably really help the Shockers next year.
Yeah, I mean, nobody knew who any of these guys were when they came here. Like, that's the thing is that, and we let ourselves get hyped up, and like you see it, and it's like, ooh, they got a core for. He went to Louisville out of high school, and he played for Seton Hall last year. That's got to be worth something. He was pretty good. Like, you look at
Corey Washington's probably their biggest transfer get of all time. Harlan Beverly would have been up there.
Are you talking
Colby
about
Rogers though, TJ?
Are you talking about in production of what they did at Wichita State or coming?
Yeah, once they got to Wichita State, yes. Those two, Beverly, Washington. You know what Colby Rogers? You know what he was coming in? How many stars?
So you are talking about coming in. I can't believe Corey Washington was a 4-star.
I'm talking about coming in. Yeah.
Yes.
You know what Colby Rogers was? 0 stars.
Really?
You know what Xavier Bell was? You can guess on him.
Yeah.
0 stars. Do you know what Jerome Pierre was?
0
stars. This
what about
portal
Melvion?
thing,
What
and now
about
we're going
Melvion
back
Flanagan?
before, we're going back before Paul Mills, but the portal thing is like the fact that, and God bless them, I'm glad they do it because it gives us some base level of expectations and everything. Man, nobody knows anything about most of these players and how, like, clueless. You're counting on your coach to be able to evaluate a fit. That's what Dusty May did such a good job of. Those guys he brought in, those guys didn't do anything at the schools they were at before, outside of Lindeborg.
Yeah.
For the most part, they did something. But, like, to go evaluate Will Berg, who played like 2 minutes a game at Purdue, and say, yeah, I could see something there.
It's wild.
It's wild. Wichita State now only has to do that. Like, they had to do it last year and hit on a bunch of them, and they did.
It
And
blows
they
my
deserve
mind.
a ton of credit for it.
And this is something
Now they got to do it with like 2 guys.
To peel back the curtain a little bit here, like the transfer portal, obviously this, but like the transfer portal for KU and Wichita State is so wildly different.
It
like,
is.
One, because as for obvious reasons, like KU is getting cream of the crop guys, like top of the transfer portal, like some of the best players in college basketball that are in the portal are going to KU. Wichita State, that's not what they're doing. But more so, like KU has data points of saying like they did this against these guys last year. That will translate directly into do it. Like Wichita State has to look at tape of Colby Rogers at Siena and say like, yeah, I think that would probably translate, right? Like, I think so. Like that could probably work. Like you look at Kenyon Giles and like, yeah, he made a lot of threes at Greensboro. That should work for us, right? Yeah, let's do it. Like KU's looking at Hunter Dickinson saying, oh yeah, he averaged 20 points per game in the Big Ten last year. That'll play.
But does it play? Is it
Yeah,
the
you
right
don't
fit?
know.
That's what I mean. Like that's
the problem that everybody faces.
It's a problem that everybody faces. It's especially the problem, though, that KU's faced recently. It's a problem K-State's faced quite a bit, pretty honestly. Both of those teams have not evaluated it well as far as fits and as far as turning it into something that can win at a high level. KU, high level is obviously different. KU's won at a very high level. But we still have to, like, the pieces still have to fit. Rick says, by the way, that he loves Bill Self, but he's proven he's not great at the portal. I don't agree with that.
I think that if you're going to say it, Rick, he's good at the portal. You can say that it may not be. He's had his struggles of making it fit together, but he's
Remy
good.
Martin helped them win a national championship.
If you're also going to say that, you also have to acknowledge the fact that he got the Melvin Council that,
that's right. Yep. Dickinson, obviously All-American. Melvin Council was fantastic out of the portal. Fantastic. So Like you can't ignore all of it. The thing that's been hard is fitting it all into winning at a high level. This year, with a fully healthy Darren Peterson all year, like you don't have to squint that hard to find how that would have worked had we not had Peterson hurt and all of the other stuff. Like if you looked at that team and plopped what you think and probably still think Peterson could have provided at fully healthy, whatever, that probably would have worked because you had kind of everything nicely fitting together at that point. It just didn't work with him individually. Next year, how do you complement a couple of freshmen? You need a Melvin Council on that team real bad, right? You need what they've lost in the front court, and that's what scares me to death. You need Badunga, Killer Mbia. You need at least one of those guys because you need to be great defensively. And so I just like, Phil says, what about blame for Grady Dick or Johnny Furphy? Furphy's another guy who didn't quite get there. I think Grady Dick probably handled himself just fine as a freshman. And those teams.
What are we talking about?
He's talking about all the blame going to Hunter Dickinson. Like Hunter Dickinson takes too much blame.
Like the demise. Is that what we're saying?
Just that, like the lack of success, I think, over the last few years. Everybody wants to blame Hunter Dickinson. He's saying, what about some of these other young players? It's collectively, it hasn't worked. Right.
And to be fair, Grady's team was a 1 seed. They just got
Grady's
upset.
team was a 1 seed. They had a bad tournament. That was not a bad team. It was a great team, and he played really well too. And Furphy kind of flashed a little bit, but again, it's all about fitting it all together at the same time. How do you do? That's what has eluded KU since their national championship. Remy Martin helped. Don't make no mistake. Remy Martin absolutely helped them win a national championship. He got hurt for a lot of the year, and then he came back with a fury. Kevin McCullough, another transfer portal success for KU, I would say. Like they've had these moments of it working. It just hasn't all worked together. Wichita State, on the other hand, it worked all together last year. Your national champion Michigan last night. It all worked together. And guess what? It doesn't have to be the highest rated class because neither of those were. Wichita State was 10th among 10 of their peers in the American. And look at how that worked out for them. Michigan, I don't know where their class ranked nationally. I'm sure I can find it during the break, but it worked. So don't get so caught up in KU landing whoever's at the top of these lists because that ain't what's going to be it, especially if they get Stokes and these freshmen. It's about finding the right pieces to fit, not about the highest star transfer portal ranking, whatever. It's about how they all fit together. And Bill Self's going to have a challenge, a new challenge, a unique challenge. Maybe he's ready for this challenge, TJ. Saying, you know what? I'm going to start clean this year. Let's go have some fun. Lean on Jacques Vaughn to go help him evaluate some talent a little bit. A guy who coached at the highest level in the world. It's fascinating. And then K-State, look, Kostic coming back. That's as exciting. It's as much as excitement as we got for you. Casey Alexander's got the same task. Go start from zero. It's not a different task than what Bill Self's dealing with. And Kostic, I hope, can be the kind of player they thought when they brought him in. I wish I knew we know Bill Self's going to have the resources. We know that Paul Mills has more resources than probably Wichita State's had in the transfer portal era. What kind of resources does Casey Alexander have right now? You bought out one coach. You hired a new football coach. What are they working with?
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm really curious to see how they approach the portal. Also, I can't wait to see the Belmont guys and see if they're actually going to come to K-State.
Well, so far, no. The answer to that is no. All right. We'll come back. The Royals opened the series in Cleveland yesterday. Feel a little better, Royals fans, today? I do. That was the path to a lot of wins for the Royals this year. We'll come back and talk about it on Sports Daily.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
31001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospitalized from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Sports Daily is on KFH.
All right, welcome back in, everybody, to Sports Daily. Glad to be here with you. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleveland. Here we go. Another contest for you. Download and listen your chance to win a trip to go away with Weezer. Score a pair of tickets to see Weezer with the Shins and Silver Sun pickups on a tour stop of your choice, plus flights, a 2-night hotel stay, a signed set list, and a meet and greet with the band. To enter, log into the free Odyssey app or Odyssey.com between Monday, April 6th, and Sunday, April 19th. Listen for an hour or more. Come back each day for another chance to win a trip for two to see Weezer. Thanks to Live Nation and Crush Music, one entry per day. TJ, we come back in. Let's talk a little baseball. Maybe some portal news that we get before the end of the show, but we'll have to see on that. The Royals yesterday get the win over Cleveland, 4-2. You get kind of the definition of how you'd like a game to go. Maybe a little more offense, but they were opportunistic offensively, I would say. Your two rookies continue to produce. Kaggs had a hit. Jensen had 2, including a 2-run home run. Michael Wacha gave you 7 innings of 1-run baseball. You got Strom, who had perhaps his shakiest performance of the year, but Erceg back to form, looked great. 4-2 win. Easy peasy, right?
Right. That's all it has to do. That's a big one. That makes you feel pretty good, I think. I think that, we expect the Guardians to be the one, as we were talking about yesterday. That's a team that you're going to be in the race with at the end of the season.
Them, Detroit, both in the division and the wild card.
The games,
all 3 of those.
The games in April matter the same as the games in September. So you got to win them. Wacha going 7 innings, 3 hits. Like, Wacha is going to be, through what he had a good first start too. He's the only one that's put it on paper twice.
Eddie. Yep. Yes. He's following it up. He's not going to, he's not, I don't think, winning a Cy Young or anything this year, but he's steady Eddie right now in the rotation. And what's been so great is to have him and Lugo both doing that. And Lugo's looked good so far. So that would be nice. The top 3 players in the lineup, TJ, Garcia, Witt, Vinny, combined for 5 hits. So that's good to see. Here's an interesting thing I saw popped up. This is from Royals Data Dugout. Says that they hit 14 balls last night at 100 miles per hour plus. 3rd most in one game of this StatCast era. They did it once last year when they hit 19. They hit 4 balls at 110 miles an hour. That's tied for the most in team history. Bobby Witt Jr. With the highest exit velocity of the day. The offense is hitting the ball hard, basically, is what all that means. And that's a good sign. I think we're getting there. The only thing I would say that we got to just kind of is that bullpen right now. Strom was not lights out yesterday. He struggled a little bit. That'd be the only thing that could hold them back, I think, from, let's call it a good record through April and May, which they kind of need right now. You got to get out to that good start. Playing from behind, which is a thing that they've done, is just it's tough. In a division like this, I assume they have early games against Detroit. I haven't looked that far ahead on the schedule yet, but you're playing critical game. You got to be able to count on that bullpen. And I would say it's right now a little unnerving. They do have a series in Detroit coming up. You just can't afford to dilly-dally early because, again, yes, games in April mean as much as ones in September, and they're going to play some big games over the next couple of weeks.
It is. By the way, in the game yesterday, that double play, every infielder touched the ball, Jacob. The 5-6-4-3. First time it's happened in baseball since 1995.
Really? That surprises me.
I'd say there's probably some other.
There were a lot of little oddities last night. Bobby Witt Jr. hitting to a double play, which is really hard for him to do. He's so fast. Bobby Witt legged out a ground ball to first base last night. A ground ball to first. He legged it out. I mean, that's crazy. And he doesn't ever hit the ball soft. So it's not like it was, it's just like, what in the world? He's fast, man. Goodness gracious.
Now they're going to go play in 20-degree weather.
What was the forecast for that game? I saw it.
Joel tweeted out this morning. I think it's like 30 degrees at first pitch.
Yeah,
and that's the true temperature. It's gonna be feels like 20 probably.
Yeah. In the 20s, the real feel.
That's
it's below
awful.
freezing. Welcome to what? It's hard. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Not play games at home for Cleveland in the first month of the season? Man, it's tough. I hate it. It's hard. It's tough because and Kansas City deals with the same thing. Hell, the Wichita Wind Surge deal with the same thing. It's really hard to get people to come out to the ballpark when it's that cold. It's not fun.
No.
You really got to try to get them out there, and you just pray for good weather. It's hard, man. I'm in a business that relies on the weather now too, with the HTOs. It's I feel you, farmers. I feel you. We're reverse farmers though. The baseball industry, the iced tea business. Well, I want nothing but sunshine.
No,
right? Like, just give me a hot sunny day, baby.
That's right.
We're gonna get lots of rain this week.
Yeah. Who do we have today? Is today Lugo, right?
Yeah, should be. Let me double check the probables, make sure they haven't changed. It will be Cameron today, Reagan's tomorrow. Cameron today, Reagan. Somewhere the rotation got jumbled up because Cleveland's guys are going into their third start. Some of the Royals are going into their second.
I think that because Waka missed. Did Waka get scratched because he was sick? And so they must have put him in Lugo's spot and gave him a day off or something.
I guess. So Noah Cameron will go tonight, make his second start. Then Reagan's will go Wednesday, make his third start. And then I assume that's where they don't have it announced yet for the White Sox series, but I would guess that's where Lugo steps back in.
Yeah.
So you got a couple lefties going in the next couple of games for you against the Guardians, both noon games. See if the Royals can carry it over a little bit. It's cold, kind of low scoring. You would think, wouldn't you? Like a low scoring games here. Nobody wants to hit in the cold. Who wants to hit in the cold? 6.5 is the over under today.
Cold baseball is so freaking brutal to play in.
6.5 is the over under today. That's crazy. I mean, you almost got to take that over just to see if somebody gets into one. That's pretty wild. Yeah, cold baseball. So I grew up in a place just like this, windier than here. And in high school, we started practicing outside in February.
Yep.
Like you didn't get good weather games until the last 2 weeks of the season. And then you're just, oh man.
That's right. At least the MLB doesn't start playing in January like college baseball does.
Yeah, to some degree, that's right. It's not fun. Not fun. I don't like cold weather baseball. I love watching Latin American players who don't ever experience cold weather at all. My energy is their energy.
No.
Like they're dressed like the little brother in A Christmas Story out there trying to play shortstop or whatever in their parkas underneath their jerseys. I feel you, man. That's how I feel. I'm the get out the gloves if it's below 50 degrees guy. I hate being cold. I can't imagine going to be a professional athlete and being asked to perform. What is it today? 29 degrees at first pitch?
Yep.
That's terrible. That's horrible. Can you throw with a batting glove on? Like, God, that sounds so bad.
Oh my gosh. I know. I was definitely a baby when I was in college, and we'd like, hey, we're going outside today. We shoveled the snow off the field. We're going outside today. Great. Sounds great.
Can't we just hit in the cage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else is going on?
Got the Royals in action. 12.
Are we on the moon yet?
Not yet. We're not landing on the moon on this one.
Are we just circling?
We're circling the moon. I want to know. So you're seeing portal rumors, TJ, of a shocker here. How do we handle these portal rumors?
I don't know. It's so weird to report on the portal because technically the rules are nobody has access to the portal except for coaches. Then you're not. And so some of these national media guys have logins from some way or another. They got access into the portal, and they're the ones that'll break hey, this guy's entering the portal. And a lot of it is a lot of agents telling the national guys, he's going in the portal, he's going in the portal, he's going in the portal. So, there's things that leak out because people have access into the portal, or, somebody will tell their buddy and they'll leak out one by one and things like that. And so they'll happen that way, but there's a way to confirm. I just got confirmation. Yeah, Brian Emunique's in the portal.
Okay.
So,
well, that one's a bummer. I really did want to see him stay because I want to see him shoot. But I get it. He didn't have a tremendous opportunity last year, and how could he, right? Like, what are you going to do? But it felt like there was going to be an opportunity for him this year. But I get it. I get it on him. I was hoping he'd stay. You're big on Valencia. There's a place for him or Okorafor. Valencia could probably play with Berg on the court. We know Okorafor and Berg split time, which I prefer. I would really like to, man, if they can do that again, where you're always going to have one of those guys on the floor. That was a matchup nightmare for teams in the American to have to deal with one of those guys all the time. I think back to the Tulsa games. Like, they just could not handle it down low. Nobody could. It's why we're one of the best rebounding teams in the country. I suppose South Florida could. Have you paid attention at all to some of these other teams in the conference and what they could potentially bring back?
I have no idea.
I know you've been on a little bit of Tulsa's roster. I don't know what's going out.
I mean, South Florida just took their entire coaching staff to Providence. Like, I have no idea what they're going to be next year.
That's not good.
Yeah.
That's not good. Let me look at South Florida here just real quick. They have, they've lost. They've already had 7 guys enter the portal. South Florida has. So Enos is in. I don't know if you saw that one. Caleb Sanders. I'm trying to think of the notable names. Dante Green. They're going to lose. So they're basically losing everybody. That's tough. That sucks for them. That sucks. Let's see if Tulsa has themselves listed here. Tulsa has nobody listed yet. They're kind of like Wichita State. Now, I guess Emunique will go in, but Wichita State's probably going to be picked to win it. There's going to be a different sort of expectation next year. Get ready to embrace it, because now it goes from top half of the American, top 4 of the American, win the American. As far as expectations, that's what we're looking at right now. Let's give K-State just a minute here because we feel like we've rushed through them. Kostic comes back. I wonder what the thought with him is. Can Kostic be a headline player? Can he be your lead guy? He had the resume of that coming in.
I think so. It just depends on how they can develop him. I think that, something didn't work with the way Jerome Tang wanted to develop him. And so, you can, I think that, I don't know if he can be your top guy. I don't know if he's enough to lead you into the Big 12 by himself, but if you can pair him up with somebody, that can play alongside him, whether that be a big or another shooter or something like that, I think that, there's no reason he couldn't. I think that the way Casey Alexander coaches, he's perfect for it. Like, that dude, remember, like, Wyatt Thompson told us he was the best shooter he's ever seen. Like,
yeah, he said that more than one time, by the way. He said that a lot. I don't know, because it's so hard because we didn't see it at all, right? Like, we didn't see any of it. So can he be? I mean, maybe. I don't want to hang my hat on it if I'm K-State. I don't think. I mean, I'm glad he's coming back because I want to see it. I asked you this earlier. Boy, I wish I knew what their resources are going to look like next year. Are they going to give Casey Alexander what Jerome Tang had to work with financially? Can they? Because I think that makes up a huge difference too. Has Casey Alexander ever recruited the caliber of player that Jerome Tang was going after and landing? Not that it mattered for Tang. It's an interesting time for all 3 programs for honestly 3 very different reasons. We'll watch the portal for you today. You got Shocker baseball at K-State today, yeah? Good springtime weather for baseball today. I'll have that for you. All right, we'll come back. We'll get you finished up here on Sports Daily when we return.